an iPhone 15 Pro Max, I will switch to the iPhone 6 Plus for 24 hours in 2024. So, it's the beginning of the day. I already worked on some videos. There's one video coming out today, Tuesday 18th, when I'm recording this video. I already switched all my things to the iPhone 6 Plus. This was the best selling iPhone ever, to date. No phone has ever sold more than this, at least smartphone. There are some Nokias that sold more than this, but no more has sold than the iPhone 6. This is the 6 Plus, the bigger sized phone, because I think that this phone is more fun to hold and the bigger display is so much fun. I want to test out this 16:9, 5.8 inch display. And I just want to thank you guys. It's already the third video of this series. So cool that I can switch to old iPhones, challenge myself for a day, and you guys love watching it. These vlogs are always fun to record, so yeah, let's get on with the day. But before we do so, I want to thank today's sponsor, TennoShare. TennoShare iOS repair system is really easy. You first connect your old iPhone to your computer, just like that. You wait a few seconds. There you go, the iPhone 6 that was used on this video. And here is really easy. You have several options, but the free option, the recovery mode, actually enables you to enter and exit recovery mode. Really simple. You also have some iOS upgrade and downgrade features. If you have some issues with the iPhone 15, the black screen, you can also repair your iPhone using this system. It's trustworthy, and you have several more features behind the paywall, of course. It's really simple. You're just going to their website. You can click on the free download and you can get your TennoShare reboot for Mac for free. Go check them out. Their link will be on the description down below. Thank you TennoShare Reboot for sponsoring today's video. Never forget to take your creatine. Ha, that's a joke. But seriously, before I went into the gym, I prepared my water bottle with 6 grams of creatine while I was watching George Janko's podcast. Amazing one. It's an incredible podcast that I love to watch. Go check it out. But as for the iPhone 6 Plus, that iPhone is going to be a tough day, I already know, because the iPhone 5S had the same OS, the iOS 12, and it was not a fun one. Had a lot of issues with the battery. Let's see if the iPhone 6 Plus will be anything good. But again, mixing up the creatine, ready to go to the gym. Let's go. The first problem that I encountered with the iPhone 6 Plus was right away when I wanted to listen to music. I wanted to connect my AirPods Pro, and it did not work. Just like the iPhone 5S, it took a long time to connect and then it failed. But I found a solution later on in the video. Keep watching. This iPhone has an 8 megapixel camera, and it shows. As you saw on the early examples of the photos, the video, everything looks older. It has that old look to the photos, and you can notice. Again, it's an iPhone from 2014. What do you want? This iPhone also features a 16:9 display with white bezels, one of my favorite features of this phone. As for the case, it's made of aluminium, but a very soft aluminium. This iPhone had the issue of the bend gate, that you could fold your iPhone with your hands. completely visionary, the first folding phone on the market, by the way, and it had lightning at the headphone jack. But now we were getting close to the gym. I just needed to walk again and again, until I'm finally here at the gym. So today is chest, tricep and biceps. Let the workout begin. To start this workout, I begin on the incline dumbbell press. Easy exercise to start in, focuses on your upper back, and yeah, I do 3 sets of this. I will speed up a bit so it's not that boring, but never forget to control your eccentric part of the movement and to tuck in your elbows to focus more on your pecs, less on your shoulders. As for the second exercise, I choose to do a press. It's more of a flat bench press, but instead of using a barbell, I'm using a machine. The movement is more controlled, the eccentric, it's better, it's more stable, and yeah, just actually helps me more focus on my pecs. A great exercise, try it out someday. As for the third exercise, I do the pec deck. Again, 3 sets here, just like the other exercises, and then I move on. The fourth and final exercise for the chest, it's another fly, this time an inclined fly machine, so it's a bit more difficult. It's very heavy, this machine, and because of the way it's built, you cannot put that much weight on it. But still, really cool if you want to focus on the eccentric part of your movement. Then I went on and did some tricep push downs. I use this bar because it's a bit more comfortable on my wrist. You can use whatever you want to. As for the biceps, I did the classic bicep curl. Always keep your elbows tucked in, stable, do not move them, and always focus of moving the weight with your pinky. This will help to contract your muscle. On the way down, imagine that is your tricep that is contracting and your bicep extending. So this will help with your eccentric part of the movement. To finish up this workout, I did the last exercise for the biceps. This one is more focused on the eccentric part. That's why I lay down on the bench and I have my body inclined for my arms to be completely extended. And then I just focus on contracting my muscle. Not cheating, nothing. This is a mind exercise, really important for your biceps. But then the workout is done and I went home. The workout is finished, now I'm going back home. The iPhone 6 battery is terrible. I did not even touch it and it's almost at 30%. I started the day with 94%, so not the best, although the battery health is about at, I would say, 85%, 80%. So there's no justification for this to happen. I guess old batteries. But let's get home, take a bath, eat something, and I will talk about it. Back home, right after eating and taking the bath, I needed to study for an exam that I have coming up. So, let's work. By this time of the day, about 5:30, I had only about 8% of the battery of the phone. And I did not even do that much. I tried to use some YouTube, completely fine, while I was making my food, and I maybe used a bit of the Instagram app. Quick notice, you can download the Instagram app on the iOS 12 version you have on the iPhone 6 Plus. It will be previous version of the Instagram that will warn you, it will work just fine, it will have most of the features. The only thing is, it will be really slow. So be prepared for that. Other than that, I used only about 1 hour of screen on time, as you can see here, on YouTube, the camera app, the phone, the photos, a bit on Safari, and of course Instagram, but I had only 8% of battery. So I had to plug it in for the first time of the day, and I did. And I went back to work as I waited for the phone to charge. Just like I promised, I figured out a way to use my AirPods Pro with the iPhone 6 Plus. Worked just fine. I took this opportunity to go out, get some groceries, listen to some music, and test out the cameras at night. So, enjoy, and let me know in the comments down below, how do you think they look on the dark?
You got me down again. I'm so in love with you.
Quick tip, never let the phone turn on the flash. The iPhone 6 Plus has this tendency to turn on the flash. Turn it off, it ruins the photos. It's really easy to do, and the photos will look, trust me, look much better. If you want to know how the front camera of the iPhone 6 looks at night, this is it. And this is how the back camera looks at night. Bit better, but still trash. And this is how the iPhone 15 Pro Max looks. You can see the difference is astonishing. This iPhone is much better at video at night. By this time of the day, on my second charge of the phone, I had about 68% of battery. So, not bad. This time, this iPhone is performing much better. After eating this beautiful dinner that I prepared, it was delicious. I sat down on my couch, turned on the TV, because again, I need to have some white noise on the background, and I did some work. Answered some of your comments, answered some emails, worked for university. I was really tired, so yeah, I need to go to bed. So, it's the next day. Yes, yesterday I forgot to end the video to make the final thoughts part of the video. So, it's the next day, and I've already switched from the iPhone 6 to my iPhone 15 Pro Max. But yesterday wasn't as bad as I was thinking. Because, let's be real, I switched to an iPhone 6 Plus. This iPhone was from 2014, I think. So, it's almost 10 years old now. This was the best selling iPhone ever. It sold more than 200 million units, just the iPhone 6. Remember that at that time, the iPhone 6 was the only available model. You could only buy the iPhone 6 or 6 Plus. And this is the iPhone 6 Plus, and I used it for 24 hours. So yeah, my experience wasn't as bad as I was thinking. Like, the battery life was meh. I had to charge it 2 times that day. The first time was during the middle of the day, and the last time was at night. So the phone wasn't that bad. In the first like 2-3 hours, the phone was okay actually. But I don't know why, but when I was on the gym, the phone like lost 60% of its battery without me using it, which is just strange. Maybe because the battery was still calibrating, maybe because not, but it went from 80 something percent to about 34%, I think, in a matter of 2 hours, which is just ridiculous. Like, I did not even use the phone. But what I think it happened was the fact that the iPhone 6 was probably calibrating its battery. The battery health here is not that bad. It's about 82%. So if you went to settings, battery health, 82%. It's not that bad for a 10-year-old phone. It's actually really good. I don't have any issues with the design. The design was super comfortable. The phone was super, super light, super easy to use. The white bezels are beautiful. I love them. The 16:9 display is amazing. I love this form factor. The phone is big, and you still have a big display. This is the biggest size display that Apple has ever made on these big bezel phones. And it's super comfortable. The display is super good. All the things is amazing. I mean, it's a 16:9 display. It gives you the white background with the Apple logo. I mean, this is beautiful. The white bezels are amazing. I love white bezels. There are some people that don't like them. I love them. The phone is super light. This was one of the lightest. I think it was the lightest iPhone ever made. Not the 6 Plus, but the iPhone 6. This is made of aluminum, and this had the problem of the bend gate. This phone, especially the Plus model, if you fold it like this, like if I did it a bit of strength, it could bend really easily. There's a video of Lou from Unbox Therapy bending an iPhone 6, just like this. That was the biggest issue with the iPhone 6 Plus, and Apple actually fixed it with the iPhone 6s. But no, this phone didn't have any issues. Again, the display is bright enough. Let me see if I can show you. The brightness is a bit slow, but it still works. Yeah, I mean, it's full brightness with the key light hitting it on. It's fine. And the thing about the iPhone 6 is this chip, I think it's the A8 chip. Yeah, it's the A8 chip. It's about the same chip as the A7 found on the iPhone 5s. So they actually died on the same version of iOS, on iOS 12. In terms of software support, most of the apps don't work. You can download some older generations and older versions of apps that actually run, but most of the apps are not updated. Most of the apps require iOS 14 minimum, and so this iPhone has kind of lost some of its support. I don't know if banking apps work, and I don't know especially how like heavy games work. But as far as YouTube and Instagram, you can download older generations of apps. Using YouTube, using Instagram, it's a slow, painful process. Especially Instagram is terrible, really slow, takes a lot of time loading things up. And YouTube kind of works. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't work, it works. It is not as bad as Instagram, but it's still not the fastest. And yeah, this phone is great to watch YouTube. If you want this form factor, but with much, much more power, go for the iPhone 8 Plus. I do believe that this form factor is amazing. I will go back to this because the 16:9 display is incredible. You don't have any type of black bars in any type of content. Instagram stories fill up all of your screen. YouTube videos fill up all of your screen. This iPhone gives you everything. It's insane how good this iPhone actually is in terms of the screen form factor. I did not thought that I will enjoy this much a 16:9 display, but I did. And I'm super happy that I tried out the iPhone 6. Now I want to get an iPhone 8 Plus to do this challenge again because I'm pretty much sure I can use that phone for 1 week or even more. The iPhone 8 was almost an easy challenge, but the iPhone 8 Plus with a good battery health, I think that might be a great option. I understand now why people don't want to switch from the iPhone 8 Plus. The 16:9 display aspect ratio is really, really good. And this phone is only one of the iPhones out there that can do this. Do you see it? I can use iOS on landscape. It's really cool. This was one of the iPhones that can do that. Only the plus sized models from this generation can do that. And it's really cool. Like, I'm not used to seeing iOS on this orientation. It's so weird. It's almost like an iPad. Now, the Plus models, the Max models, the Pro Max, even my iPhone 15 Pro Max that I have right here, the iPhone 15 Pro Max, this phone cannot do so. If I put it like this, it doesn't do anything. While the 6, well, It does. Super cool. This is one of the best features. Has for the camera, this is a very, very tiny camera as you can see here. This has an 8 megapixel camera. I think that the iPhone 6s Plus was the first iPhone to get a 12 megapixel camera. This does not record in 4K, at least I don't think so. I think it's only 1080p. Let me just check. Yeah, it's 1080p. And the photo is not the best. I've showed you some examples. Night photo is terrible, completely trash. During the day photo is not that bad, like again, if you want to see how it looks on studio lighting. And this is how the front camera video looks. I mean, let me know what you think. It's not that bad on a studio, good lighting. It kind of does the job, but I think it has very much yellow tones. It's not my favorite. Has for the back camera video, again on studio lighting. This is how it looks. Let me know below what you think. I don't know. Maybe for taking simple shots. And if you really do love the iPhone 6, but I do think that this phone right now is too old. If you like the iPhone 6 form factor, there's the iPhone 6s Plus. And that phone goes up to iOS 14, I think, so it's a better option. And if you do really enjoy this form factor, you want the best possible iPhone, again, the iPhone 8 Plus is the option. This iPhone also has the Lightning port. This generation was normal. Lightning port here, it's not the best, like it's the same Lightning port found on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, so if you have lots of Lightning accessories, totally fine. And the speakers, it only has one grill right here and right here. And the speakers are very, very teeny, like they don't sound good. The iPhone 7 was actually a very good improvement over the speaker. Yes, the iPhone 7 Plus, the iPhone 7 have much, much better speakers. So if that's important for you, going up for that generation should be a great option. And finally, one thing that is also terrible, and I noticed right away when I started using this phone, is the haptic motors. The haptic motors on the iPhone 7 was also a great option. And I think that the iPhone 6s too, because that had 3D touch, the first iPhone to do so. This iPhone doesn't have that. And this haptic motor is terrible. It's shaky, makes lots of noise, very noisy. And I don't know, it's just the older generation one, and I noticed really the difference. As far as the display, again, the best part of this phone. The camera, not even good in 2024. And yeah, the design, really cool, super light. I cannot even notice that I have this phone in my pocket. Love the white bezels. I've loved almost everything about this phone, except obviously the haptic motors and the camera. As for the battery life, this had great battery health, so I had no problems with it. So, let me know in the comments below what you think. Did you enjoy this challenge? I love making these videos. It's already my third, so let me know in the comments below which phone do you want to see next. This was the iPhone 6 Plus, already did the iPhone 8, go check it out. I also did the iPhone 5s, that was the most funnest one. This one was also one of the toughest. The iPhone 8 was piece of cake. So, which iPhone would you like to see next in my next video? Drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.